Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to our panel and members of the floor. First and foremost, I would like to welcome you to this forum discussion. In this discussion, we will be talking about is it relevant or not to use cashless nowadays? Let me introduce myself first. My name is Aida Sohaila binti Zainuddin and I am your moderator for today's forum. Before we continue with our forum, let me introduce our dedicated panel, which are first, Mr. Sheikh Muhammad Haziq bin Syed Nordin, a customer. Next, we have Mr. Muhammad Suhaili bin Sukar, a representative bachelor student of Economic and Finance. We also have Ms. Nur Shahira Alia binti Abdul Muttalib, a police officer. We have Nur Husna Nasuha binti Muhammad Junaini, a personal financial advisor at Malayan Banking Berhad. We have Muhammad Adik Najmi bin Ahmad Jalani, a business owner. And finally, Mr. Ahmad Amirul Aidil bin Muhammad Safri, an Executive Secretary of Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission's MCMC. Before we start our forum in detail, let me explain about our topic today. A cashless society is one where cash like paper and coin currency isn't used for financial transactions. The only form of payment accepted is through electronic means such as PayPal, Apple Pay, Zelle,
Or
or
credit or debit
cards.
cards.
Although
Although many nations are moving in this direction,
it is
difficult to predict which ones will completely
phase
phase
out
out
cash.
cash.
Before a
Before a
society can completely give up on money, there are
there are a
a
number
number
of
of
social
social issues
issues
that
that
must
must
be
be
resolved
resolved
in
in
addition
addition
to
to
logistical
logistical
difficulties.
difficulties.
You can
You
get a
can get a
sense of
sense
the
of the
numerous
numerous
impacts
impacts
going
going
cashless can
cashless can
have
have
on
on
money and
money and
banking.
banking.
As you know,
As you know,
inform the
inform the
advantages
advantages
and
and
disadvantages
disadvantages
mentioned
mentioned
later.
later.
Without
Without
further
further
ado,
ado,
I would like
I
to
would like
start
to
this
start this
discussion by
discussion by
asking Mr.
asking Mr.
Haziq,
Haziq,
in your
in your
opinion,
opinion,
what are
what
the
are the
advantages of
advantages of
using
using
cashless
cashless
nowadays?
nowadays?
To this moderator and invite me in this forum. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sheikh Muhammad Haziq bin Syed. From customer perception, advantage of using cashless is more convenient. Cashless method for payment are so important to apply in daily life nowadays. The first advantage when we as customer use cashless is because cashless is more convenient. For example, the customer can save time. Using cashless is more faster than using cash. We as customer can save more time. There are many reasons such as the cashier doesn't need to give the money back to the customer. We as a customer do not need to queue for a long time to wait for other customer to settle their payment process. With cashless payment, everything will be easier. For example, the customer only need to wave their card at the reader or just scan the QR code to make payment. Cashless method can help customer and shop to save more time. Other example, cashless is more convenient is because using cashless is more easy. The feasibility of making and receiving payment is the key factor for prioritizing digital payment. Online payment rules out the necessity to carry cash. That means people do not need to bring money more in daily life activities. So the customer only need to bring their wallet with important things such as card bank, SIM card and identity card. This situation will help customer don't have to worry if they don't bring cash money when they want to go shopping. The customer still can continue and enjoy their shopping. So that's all point from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Haziq, for your explanation. So, Mr. Suhaili, can you provide us your point of view on the topic of using cashless?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good evening to all. Firstly, I want to say thank you for inviting me as a representative of University Technology Mara as a student bachelor of Economic and Finance in these forums. I also want to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Suhaili Beskar and I am a student in a final year for this course. So, back to our topic. For me, nowadays, cashless is the best and efficient way today. Because of the development of gadget and technology, all the accommodation and also service has been improved, especially in a daily routine activity. For me as a student, I have two talking points that can strongly back up the benefit of being cashless. The benefit of cashless is that cashless can help us to track and identify the spend that we make. Why do I say like that? The two reasons of it is because firstly, cashless can help us to tracking the spending. All the transactions that we make have been made will be recorded online. The total spending will be counted and appear in the application that we will use, like MyBank to You, GoBank Islam and other else. Besides that, the user can easily always track their spending. With that, the user will not overspend and will always check their balance via online to make sure the total spend is right like they are said. As example, me as a student, we will need to track our spending. This is important to make sure our savings are enough for the future. As a student also, we need to make sure our finance are always stable for academic purpose or emergency situation. The second thing is cashless can help us to do a budget. The total budget plan can be easy because we can refer from the last spending like last month. The budget also will more accurate and suitable by follow our spending for the last activity that we make. Other than that, the budget that we want to make can be set in the apps that can help us to consistently. This method also can help us to disciplinary ourselves by following the budget that has we made and decide. As a student, we must have a budget planning. We can use the debit card to make sure we are not overspending when using it. As a student, I can advise to the student for avoid and also reduce using a credit card because it's not have a limitation and that will burden you in the future because of that. In conclusion, tracking our spending and making a budget with our money is very important, especially as a student. So with the cashless, it will help us to make it. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mr.
Mr.
Suhaili, for
Sohaili,
your
for
clear
your clear
explanation.
explanation.
What about
What
you,
about
Miss
you, Miss
Alia?
Alia?
What is the
What is the
benefit of
benefit
going
of going
cashless
cashless
based on
based
your
on
point
your
of
point
view
of
as
view
a
as a
police
police
officer?
officer?
Thank you to
Thank
Miss
you to Miss
Moderator.
Moderator.
Assalamualaikum
Assalamualaikum
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.
My name
My
is
name
Miss
is Miss
Syaira Alia
Shaira
binti
Alia
Abdul
binti Abdul
Muttalib.
Talib.
I am
I
police
am police
officer from
officer
Bukit
from
Aman.
Bukit Aman.
Cashless
Cashless
becoming an
becoming an
inevitability as
inevitability as
digital
digital
payments and
payments and
online money
online money
transfers
transfers
become
become
increasingly
increasingly
popular
popular
across the
across
globe.
the globe.
As a
As a
police
police
officer,
officer,
it
it
cannot be
cannot be
denied that the
denied that
use
the
of
use of
cashless money
cashless
can
money
reduce
can
crime
reduce
rate.
crime rate.
For
For
example,
example,
it can
it can
reduce
reduce
robbery.
robbery.
Going
Going
cashless may
cashless and
protect you from
protection from
real-world
real world
criminals who
criminals
try
who
to
try
cheat
to
your
cheat your
money via
money via
physical
physical
methods.
methods.
If a
If a
criminal sees
criminal sees
someone with
someone with
cash, they
cash,
are
they are
probably more
probably more
likely to
likely to
attempt a
attempt a
robbery than the
robbery than the
person who
person
is
who
using
is using
cashless
cashless
money.
money.
Once the
Once
money
the
is
money
taken
is
from
taken
your
from your
wallet, it
wallet,
will be
it will be
difficult to
difficult
track
to
that
track
cash
that
and
cash
prove
and
that
prove
it's
that
yours.
it's yours.
Real
Real
money is
money is
anonymous and
anonymous and
untraceable, while
untraceable, while
credit or
credit
debit
or debit
cards can
cards
be
can
cut
be
off
cut off
with one
with
phone
one
call.
phone call.
Next, it
Next,
can
it
reduce
can
the
reduce
level
the
of
level of
corruption.
corruption.
By
By
making it
making it
harder to
harder to
exchange
exchange
stolen goods
stolen
for
goods for
cash,
cash,
giving
giving
police more
police more
oversight into
oversight into
transaction, and
transaction and
allowing
allowing
business to
business
issue
to issue
credit notes
credit notes
online,
online,
we could be
we could be
looking at
looking
lower
at
crime
lower crime
levels.
levels.
There is
There is
also some
also some
evidence that
evidence that
countries with
countries
high
with high
levels of
levels of
cashlessness have
cashlessness have
lower
lower
levels of
levels of
corruption.
corruption.
The
The
reason for
reason
this
for this
correlation may
correlation may
seem that
seem that
simple
simple
people who
people
can
who can
receive their
receive their
payment
payment
digitally are
digitally
less
are less
likely to
likely
slip
to
into
slip into
corruption
corruption
due to
due to
knowing their
knowing their
earnings are
earnings are
easily
easily
traceable by
traceable
law
by law
enforcement
enforcement
officials.
officials.
When
When
business in
business
other
in other
countries
countries
offer
offer
credit notes
credit notes
online,
online,
customers get
customers get
accustomed
accustomed
to
to
tracking any
tracking any
money out
money
via
out
an
via an
electronic
electronic
trial.
trial.
This will
This
help
will
in
help in
reducing
reducing
crime and
crime and
improving
improving
lives.
lives.
In summary, cashless methods can save us from danger. Although there are still dangers of using cashless money, it can be prevented from using large amounts of cash. It is easy to block a credit card or mobile wallet remotely, but it is impossible to get your cash back. Digital money also make it easier to track any previous transaction done by the user. We can know the amounts of money used through transaction history. That is all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for the great explanation, Ms. Alia. From your explanation, you totally agree that cashless can reduce crime. So let's move to Ms. Husna. What is your opinion about people overspending while using cashless payment, Ms. Husna?
Thank you, Ms. Moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good evening to all the panelists and the audience.
I am
I am Nasra binti Muhammad Junaini,
as
as
Personal
Financial
Financial
Advisor at
Advisor
Money
at
Banking
Banking
Bahai.
I'm so
I'm so
glad to be one of the guests here. So based on today's topic, in a cashless environment, people tend to overspend frequently. People have a tendency to quickly spend more money than their budget permits when they are unaware that their money has left their hands. Which is why this happens. In a cashless society, the use of electronic payments encourages people to spend money rather than conserve it, which puts many people and organizations to unimaginable suffering and debt. This lack of physicality in a cashless society can become extremely dangerous, as people do not necessarily feel the financial burden until much later. This can lead to significant financial stress in the long term, as people do not realize that their budget does not allow for such high spending, and as a result, many will struggle to pay their bills. Consequently, this often leads to financial instability, as people are unable to save money or make wise investment. Furthermore, many individuals are unable to control their spending in a cashless society due to the use of credit cards. Credit cards make it easy to access money with a simple swipe of a card, which can be all too easy to do without realizing the consequences. This can be a real danger to those who are not aware of the financial risk they are taking. And even for those who are aware, it can still be tempting to use credit cards for everyday expenses, leading to a rapid accumulation of debt. The unexpected switch to online payments, particularly as a result of the pandemic, which happened without any planning, especially in our country, can have a lot of negative consequences, including the risk of impulsive credit card use and unplanned purchases. As a financial advisor, that is a point that I have heard from clients. Additionally, with the mentality of buy now, pay later, using credit cards leads to negative consequences that our customers or clients have experienced, such as uneducated people about financial management while using online payment. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Husna, for your explanation. So, Mr. Adi, what about your point of view from our topic today?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Ms. Moderator, and good evening for everyone. I'm Muhammad Adi bin Ahmad Jalani, and I own several business in Malaysia. Based on the topic, my opinion as a business owner is cashless is not familiar to all people, and cash payment is still relevant. Cashless is not for everyone. Some people may have their own reason they didn't want to go cashless. The truth of the matter is that despite moving forward to digital economy and heavy digitization, cash is still the dominant or at least one of the dominant means of payment. Thus, going completely cashless in essence would negatively impact people who are not familiar with the new means of payment, be it cards, mobile wallets, or cryptos. Who are not familiar with the cashless methods, it can be youth or elderly, and they have their own reason that we should consider. For you, they might not have their own bank account and credit card that they can bring around to make transactions. But cashless is obviously a problem for elderly, who more or less always choose to pay by cash, despite the fact that they might actually have a payment card, because they are not familiar with the cashless methods. A survey has been run on cashless payment, and most of the feedback from elderly is that they do not want to use it, even if they have their own bank account. They always choose to withdraw all the money out of the ATM and hence use cash on a regular basis. They just seem not to trust bank, and trust is the key when it comes to finance and money. Besides that, some methods of cashless payment require basic knowledge of technology. As a business owner, I also provide cashless methods for my customer to avoid discrimination. I have seen some of my customers who try to pay for their goods using cashless methods struggle because they are not familiar with the technology, especially elderly. So, my stand is that using cash is still relevant because not everyone is familiar with the new payment methods, which is cashless. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Adi, for your explanation. And lastly, before we proceed to the next section, Mr. Amirul, what do you think about the lack of personal security while using cashless payment?
Thank you, Ms. Moderator. Assalamualaikum and very good evening to all. I am Ahmad Amirul Aidil bin Muhammad Safi as an Executive Secretary of National Communication and Multimedia Commission MCMC. Thank you for inviting me to be in this forum. It is relevant or not to using cashless nowadays. A very good topic for us to discuss today. Honestly, I myself have also used cashless. There are no denying that it has a positive impact on society. But I personally feel that the negative impact are more frightening for us. Related to the moderator question just now about the lack of personal security while using cashless payment. What I want to highlight about this statement is about the personal data of user will be exposed. Based on records, cybercrime in Malaysia is increasing. Over the past 5 years, a total of 67,000 cases of cyber fraud has been reported, which record a total loss of more than 2.2 billion ringgit. Many consumers worry about the data and cybersecurity issue of cashless payment are not well monitored by a central bank. Now, cyber threats are increasing and users are way more exposed to hackers. Hackers are bank robbers and muggers of the electronic world. Consumers are potentially more vulnerable to fraud by making digital transactions. As more consumers buy things online, data breaches has increased. That creates chances for thieves and hackers. Breaches have become the third certainly in line behind that and testers. The hackers will obtain important personal details such as the user phone number and address. With this information, they could make phone calls saying they are calling roulette banking customer, know about their account has been deleted. Then, after getting the information they need, they quickly and easily access the bank fund. Yes, our technology is getting more and more sophisticated, but when we talk about its security, I don't think we are completely safe yet. Although we try to deal with it, but it is not yet able to prevent this kind of thing from happening. It seems that they are always coming up with new ways of attacking digital systems, resulting in the data breach and personal information security theft, especially credit and debit cards may be more exposed. Like any other online platform, digital bank accounts are easily exposed to hacking. The security risk is even greater for vulnerable groups such as the elders who are not as technological fluent as younger generation. I think that's enough so far for me. I hope that our society will be more aware so as not to get catch up in this cybercrime. Thank you.
Thank you to all panelists for sharing your opinions. From what has been said by all the panelists, we can see deeper that there are positive and negative effects of using cashless. Now,
Now,
to make
to
our
make our
forum more
forum more
interesting,
interesting,
I would
I
like
would
to
like to
open the
open the
floor to
floor to
Mr.
Mr.
Suhaili,
Sohaili,
who is
who
an
is an
active
active
member of
member of
Research in
Research in
Economics and
Economics and
Finance.
Finance.
From your
From your
perspective,
perspective,
is there
is there
anything that
anything
you
that
would
you
like
would
to
like to
oppose from
oppose
the
from
early
the early
discussion?
discussion?
The floor
The
is
floor is
yours.
yours.
Thank you to Miss Moderator. I'm sorry to Mr. Haziq. I disagree with the statement that the cashless is more easy. This is because, but some problem will happen if we don't have internet or others to open our online banking application. So, from your opinion, what are the points that can you give us to show that cashless can be more easy?
Thank you, Mr. Sohaili, for the great question. Let me answer your question. For my opinion, another point why using cashless is more convenient is because there are many methods that we can use when using cashless payment. Contactless and mobile payment, spending money is now more convenient than even for consumer. Opting to go cashless eliminate the need for shopper to find an ATM and withdraw cash, or head to their bank nearest branch and wait in a line, or worry about carrying enough change to make a small purchase. So that is the opinion of advantage using cashless from customer perception. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Suhaili. Now we will move on to the next opposing view. I would love to open the stage for any panelists that would like to share your thoughts.
So for this, I have a question to Mr. Adib Najmi as business owner. Do you think by learning using technology, the elderly can learn to go cashless?
Thank you, Mr. Haziq, for your
Or not?
question. Good question. Yes, the elderly can learn to use technology, but it's not as easy as we thought. The digital medium may prove a challenge for the technology unfriendly people who will need more time to adapt or the availability of other options to conduct transaction. It is a problem for the older people who may suddenly find themselves locked out of their account if they cannot download an app or application or do not have cash. So my stand is using cash is still relevant.
Lastly, let us welcome again Mr. Amirul to present his insights.
Thank you. I interesting about Mr. Suhaili explanation just now. I have also been a student. So I want to ask Mr. Suhaili, every student use cashless but they are not to be able to track their spending and making a budget. What's your opinion?
Thank you, Mr. Mirul, for the question. In my opinion, I can say that majority of students nowadays is using a cashless, and I also not deny that also majority of students not track their spending. For me, they need to have a common sense for tracking their own spending. This is because if the impact that student will face if ignore about this, it will make us more burden because of the life cost that being more higher nowadays, even though we as a student, not only for food but also the equipment that we need to use in university. So the student should realize that tracking a total spend and making a budget is very important. Thank you.
Thank you to all our panelists today. Finally, we have come to the end of our forum where we have shared a lot of knowledge which we didn't even know or thought before. Well, from what all our panelists shared just now, there are good and also bad impacts of going cashless in this day and age. So it is everyone's right to choose how they want to make payment when doing transactions. Before we end our forum today, I would like to open up a few moments for the Q&A session. So audience can ask our panelists directly if there is any doubt or questions that run your mind. From our comment section, we have question from Mr. Ameh. What are the biggest concerns around cashless payments?
Thank you, Mr. Ami. So the answer of this question is back to the point that our panelists have been stated earlier before, which is the concern closely linked to security is privacy. Identity theft and compromised personal information are potential dangers in a cashless economy. But privacy might be compromised in other ways too. When you pay digitally, you always leave a digital footprint, and this footprint is easily monitored by financial institutions. Understandably, consumers are uneasy about their data being harvested or tracked by big businesses. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, we also have question from Miss Lisa. What do you see as the challenges involved in online payments?
Thank you, Ms. Lisa, for the good question. A solvable yet common issue, low internet is usually responsible for failed online payments. No matter how advanced your virtual presence is, low internet can be a critical concern, especially if you use an integrated payment gateway. The payment process can be interrupted due to non-responsive servers. In many cases, it results in the deduction of payments from the customer's bank, but does not reach the merchant situation that result in the further hassle for the customer as well as the business. That is all from me. Thank you.
Okay, in conclusion, the movement toward a cashless society is proceeding incrementally. Cash may continue to be useful for some time, especially for discrete transactions. But even this may become increasingly automated. Given the rapid growth in technologies such as pocket-sized cellular telephones, it is not difficult to imagine devices whereby even the most informal purchases could be automatically debited from the buyer's bank account. Finally, we have come to the end of our forum for tonight, where we have shared a lot of knowledge that we didn't know before. For my final words, I would like to thank everyone again for coming tonight, as well as our panels. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has helped make tonight's forum a success. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.